dude, why don't you think Superman is gonna be a 10 out of 10?
This again.
I just can't.
Okay, there's just a lot going on. All right, so there's a lot. Like I have my hope. All right, I hope, but I'm worried because there's like they're trying to slam so much, especially after these last couple trailers. I hadn't seen the most recent trailer yet, and so we're just gonna I just like I don't know, they smashed a lot of different villains in a lot of different themes. We'll see if they're able to pull it all off. I hope they
Seemingly, right?
can,
Seemingly,
but
because like now
but
everybody's
seemingly,
talking about this new like either like Hell or like that gray dude with the long black hair shooting lasers out of his eyes.
hmm
I don't think that that's a different person than the dude in the suit, in that like black suit. I think that's that
yeah.
person. So like
But
that's like
even with that,
one
there's the
less. I do
there's the
think the
monster. There's
kaiju
the
is like,
yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess I am open to the scale of Superman being extremely high. You know, like his power capacity is so great that he can take care of these crazy things relatively
You know,
quickly. You know what I
that's
mean?
a fair point. I have to concede that. And Lex would be doing anything and everything in his power and throwing anything and everything he could find
I
at him.
think the
You
more
know,
actual conflict of the movie is going to be like with the like uh Maxwell Lord's like Justice Society like team, like Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific, and then that eventually turning into a team up against whatever is either that Ultraman, Hell,
Bizarro
like Bizarro looking motherfucker. That
mashup
you
of
know,
that of
I
the three
think that
characters.
guy is gonna be the actual like culmination climax fight of the movie. You know, like
Yeah,
there's actually a lot of people throwing around a lot of things about that. Like I just said, like Hell or like Ultraman. I'm pretty open to the idea that that's gonna be kind of like a mashup character, a new take on
on
one
Bizarro
of these
and
characters, or even like Bizarro, but like in a totally different take. Like,
yeah.
so like I guess I'm just open. Like, I trust James Gunn, bro. Like, he just
I
hasn't
can't argue with
failed
that.
me.
I have a lot of hope for
He just
this.
hasn't failed me, bro.
Ugh,
Like,
yeah.
not to say that there isn't things that I am not so excited for. One of my big like spill like milks for so far is what I've seen out of Lois Lane. Like, there's a lot about her that I love. But then there's a one moment in that trailer that just kind of sullied a lot of it for me. It's when she's flying the T-Sphere ship.
Mm.
Man, I don't like a Lois Lane. Here's the best way that I can put it. I don't like Lois Lane when she's Superman's sidekick. I like her when she's so dedicated to her craft and her art form as a journalist that she puts herself in dangerous situations for the sake of getting the best angle or the best version of whatever story like could be out there. And then
I do
Superman has to
agree.
save her because she puts herself in these dangerous situations because she's a reporter first. I don't like the whole like I'm right there with you, partner. Like let me fly and
Mm.
battle these things alongside you. I don't
I
like
do
that.
think that that is out of character for a journalist if you think about it. But to counter that, I do think that they really did a good job of showing her dedication to journalism in the interview scene when she's interviewing him and not pulling
No,
punches
for sure,
and
for sure.
pissing him off. I do think I
I just
did
mean like
like the
on the
way that they
field,
showed.
you know,
Yeah,
like
like I agree. She shouldn't be flying the T jet. That's
like
weird. I don't know
she's
why.
just
Like
not his sidekick.
Jimmy
Like
Olsen
I don't know
wouldn't be
why
doing that either.
that
Like
suddenly happened
even like
somewhere. Like
yeah.
it's one of my biggest gripes with the Man of Steel Superman was like I liked that they did the whole like military side of Lois Lane where you know she's like the comes from a long line of military family, so she's no like pushover. You know, she's
Yeah.
willing to get down and dirty to do the things. But I also hate that version so much because she put like she shouldn't be in any of the places that she's at, doing any of the things that she's doing, and like it's just extraordinarily frustrating because like it's just
To
out
your
of that
point,
character.
it's impossible to be an objective observer of events, which is what a journalist is supposed to be, while actively fighting for a side of the events.
Like
You can't be
same, bro.
objective
There it
and
is.
fight
Like I feel,
for
bro. Like
Superman
I
on
really
Superman's
love the
side, which I
character of
get.
Lois Lane. Like in the DC AMU, they do a good job of showing this, where she puts herself in these dangerous situations for the sake of reporting on it. She's
but also
reporting
is
on
able.
this crazy shit.
I will say with the DCAMU, they show that in most situations she's able to get herself out in some way. She's also like
Right.
trained in combat.
Or
Like
if she
she can
doesn't,
fight. And
then like Superman like comes to save the damsel in distress. I get that we don't like that, like
yeah,
that
trope.
trend, that trope anymore, and we're not trying to do
Yeah,
it. And I'm not trying to see it, but like
no.
I just don't want her to be like the sidekick. Like that. It's just such a weird dynamic for that character.
It just feels like she should be her own character, which is
Right.
what I was saying with that interview. They showed that she kind of still is. Hopefully they
That I'm
lean into
excited
that.
for. How she
Yeah,
feels like
hopefully
she's
they
holding
lean
him
into
accountable.
that a little more. Yeah, where it's
You
like
know?
she's her own person. She's not just gonna like be the buddy sidekick, where she's
Totally.
gonna have like, because that's my big worry with that which I agree that I don't want her to be that as well. But my big worry is that she's not gonna have her own dynamic.
Yeah, I really
She's
hope she
not
does,
gonna be a
because the
dynamic
actresses
character.
and
Incredible.
like,
Go watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's one of the best
yes,
shows
for
ever if you
real.
haven't seen it. I'd recommend
She's
watching it
amazing, and I'm
before
still
this
excited
movie
about it.
because
It's
she's
just
crazy
like
good.
that one little scene put such a bad taste in my mouth, bro. And I was like,
Which
please
is fair.
no, not
Yeah.
again. Don't do it to Lois again. Like, don't make me hate her in your movies again. I love Rachel
Yeah.
Brosnan. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree that I am also really excited for Luther. I
same.
think his
Nicholas
vibe is
Holt, I was kind of like,
I was skeptical. I was very skeptical. But they're
he looks
showing
great.
his apathy. He looks great. They're showing his apathy really well, at least in these trailers, the way they show that he just doesn't care, especially when people go against his
Yeah,
will.
they
Because
chose
that's
him, let them
Luther.
die.
That's a great way.
Like,
Exactly. That's
what a
exactly that.
crazy thing to say.
Yeah,
Like,
but it perfectly sums
yeah,
up the
100%.
psychopathy
And
of
I really like
Lex Luthor.
also that he has like a seemingly carelessness about the consequences of his actions. Like almost like
Mhm.
that he's above consequences for his actions. Like maybe
And
like
that,
he
like
has
his
like his spin and PR team, like are always painting him in such a positive light that it's kind of like a mirror of that. I could shoot someone on Fifth Ave and nothing would happen to me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like that's a
It's
great mirror for the Lex Luthor character. Like that he has this
he
crazy
can kind of
confidence.
do whatever he
Like,
wants and kill people, and
right,
people won't ever find out if that it's him, and if
right.
they do, it doesn't
And then
matter. He'll have them
exactly
killed
right.
too, or
Exactly
he'll
right.
have them paid off. He'll shut them up somehow.
That's
It's
exactly it.
fine. I can
I really
right.
like that air of confidence because he shows up like himself at
Yeah,
like
he
all these
doesn't.
crazy events. Like he's like at the Fortress of Solitude, his damn self. Like that.
Yeah.
It just feels like he's very personal with it rather than like in the background. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Like she's like that character's like slicing up
Yeah,
the
Mercy.
robots.
Well, yeah, dude.
Mercy is slicing up the robots, and he's just like there walking.
At least
Like
I
she's
think it's
got me.
Mercy.
Yeah, at least we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else it could really
Yeah,
be,
same
but
for real.
um,
But yeah, dude,
yeah.
what else can like? Well, what I
Okay,
like to do
so
before these movies is I like to put out what I think is going to happen before the movie comes out, so that if that happens, we have some place to be like, see, like there's proof back there. I'm not just bullshitting. So like, what
yep.
is something that you like? What's something that you think is gonna like happen within this film? Like, what's like a plot line that you think is
I think
coming?
overall, I think Lex is going to have a fall from grace, setting him up to create a clandestine league of villains,
Interesting.
which would force the creation. I'm hoping that eventually
You think the Legion of Doom is gonna come out of
the
this?
Legion of Doom comes out and forces the creation of the Justice League.
Oh,
And
shit.
like that it's kind of a reaction to Lex, that Lex
Very
starts
interesting.
that this is the first domino to set up the Legion of Doom
I love that
against
actually
the
because
Justice League.
Superman has been Superman for 3 years at this point. The
Mhm.
Lanterns exist at the
Mhm.
very least with Guy,
The Hawks exist, or
like
at least
all of
Hawk
this
Girl.
exists in the world already. Who knows how long Batman's been operating? Wonder Woman would
Is thousands of years
logically
old.
be existing within the world. It would be cool to have like the villains set something up first, and the Justice League be reactionary.
Mhm.
Like
That like we need to band together unwillingly, but we need to do it so that we can fight this threat.
it's very
But especially if you're gonna have like people who are fighting each other in this movie and end up teaming up
Because
already.
it
You know,
seems like
like
Guy and Superman within the context of that trailer that came out that they're
they
gonna
are
fight.
not,
You know
yeah,
what I
that
mean?
they are not bros.
So I think that like Superman is gonna be attacked by Maxwell Lord's team. You know, like
Mhm.
that they're not like they don't acknowledge each other as heroes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, where like I could see where like Superman sees them as like heroes for hire.
R- Right.
Uh, but whereas like he doesn't respect their moral code
Right.
that like you if
Yes.
someone
Right.
pays your boss enough,
Yes.
you'll go and fight something even if that's not the right thing to do.
Yes. Like me.
Whereas like
You
they
know, like
probably see yeah, whereas they probably see him as naive and they're
right.
like, yeah, okay, like he says like like make a move
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember something. Yeah,
Make a
like
move,
big
Big
blue.
Blue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't really like respect him. He's just like you're a Boy Scout.
Yeah,
You
totally.
think in
Totally.
absolutes. Like you're wrong. Like and
It's
vice
very
versa. And
interesting.
they're both right in their own ways at the same time.
That
Which
is.
is why I think they're gonna end up reconciling and
Here's what I
end up
want
coming
out of
together.
this, dude. I want that scene where Lex, Mercy, and be it Ultraman, Hal, Ulysses, whoever's in that suit that is just this big mashup of confusion right now. I hope they when they get inside the Fortress of Solitude, you know, they clearly kill a lot of the robots. I want to see Crypto eat some ass, bro. I want to see Crypto like be that like
We did
you're not
see
getting past me.
I did like
Like,
in that
you know what I
trailer
mean?
it showed them fighting together against like the
Yeah.
LexCorp guys,
I
like
would
when he
you know
punches the
what I would
dude.
love? Like it seems like that dude in that black suit, it gets all ripped off of him. Because there's like a part
Hmm.
where it looks like it's like hanging off of his waist a little bit. Like
Hmm.
the suit still. Um I want Crypto to have done that. You know, like I want Crypto to be like, you're not going any further. And then it take like a Kryptonian clone or something to fight Crypto to let Lex into the Fortress of Solitude. And that
Yeah.
like they don't there's not a winner. That there's a stalemate there. That like Crypto is getting his and
Yeah.
it's just enough to occupy him for Lex to do what he needs to do. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
really want to see Crypto. Do you know that animated movie? It's like the Super Sons, where it's like Damian
Y-
Wayne and Jonathan Kent, and they try to like sneak into the Fortress of Solitude, and it's
Yeah.
like Crypto's
Yeah.
just like, "You're not getting here." Like, like I don't think you understand. Like nobody's
he's like,
made it past me.
he's like, boys, I get the fun in games, but this is my one job. So,
Like I really want to see that playful, loving Crypto that we've seen in the trailers turn super serious, and
Mhm.
like you know, like you're not getting in this house.
Yeah,
Like
like my master's not here,
yeah,
and
like
I'm the only thing
I'm the guard
protected.
dog. Like I really want to see that like tremendously bad.
That'd be amazing. I really want to see Metamorpho do some stuff. I really
Oh, I
liked
forgot
his
he's gonna
look.
be in this.
Yeah, like he's in the trailer, and they showed a few really quick scenes with him. I love that actor. He did really well in Gotham. I believe he played Zaz in Gotham. Did he not?
Oh, is it that guy?
Uh,
I honestly didn't know.
yeah, I'm almost positive. We're gonna do a little
I forgot that he was in
Gotham.
this movie. That's actually kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like Metamorpho is one of those characters that his versatility can be
Mhm.
so aesthetic.
Yeah, you were talking about earlier. You were talking about an animated movie where he goes from being gaseous to
Yeah,
solid to
it's
a
in Young
wall to
Justice actually.
Young Justice. A show. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I,
Incredible stuff. See, I was really hoping we would be able to see something like that, but from the trailer, this is one of my kind of gripes, I guess, is like it does seem like he's learning his powers. Like it shows a scene of him like being amazed that he's like connecting his body together through through his
mm-hmm.
fingers and like it looks
I
like
know
it's
what
going
you're
to be
talking about
brand
now.
new. He's not going to know how to use his
Yeah,
powers. It's going to be kind of chaotic maybe,
yeah.
which could
Also,
lead to
he's on
some cool
Maxwell Lord's
scenes,
team,
but
right? He's with Hawkgirl and Guy.
all I remember he was in the
Or is he,
cell. He was in
or
that
is he like a
cell.
third party? Maybe.
I think he's a third party. He was in the cell with Superman and like
Okay,
a couple other people, and then
I
event in
see.
the scene it shows him. It's just him by himself in the
Mm-hmm.
cell.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems like he was an experiment that's kind of just like
Yeah.
housed away. Um,
To your point, there is a lot of things going on in this movie. Like is specifically introduction wise, because this is the
Yeah.
introduction to this new world. So like, I think that James Gunn wants, with this like Superman being here for 3 years, like the lanterns already being established, like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really think he wants us to come into this world with the idea that this isn't the introduction to the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that we're
That
just
the world
coming
is
in.
going.
Yeah,
That
right.
the
We're
world has
just
been going. The
yes.
world knows about the things we're gonna learn
Yep.
about.
We've
We're
just
involving
become
these
the
deep
audience
secrets.
suddenly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unlike, you know, the other ones where they were setting up like no one had ever heard of Superman
Right.
before. No one had ever
Exactly.
really
Like, or even with the
which is
MCU, you know, like it started with the like creation of Iron Man, the creation of Captain America, the creation of Thor. Like,
yeah.
I feel like this, as the audience, we're gonna have the expectation to come in that like we're just an audience to this world. Like it's already been going on.
Yep,
You
it's
know,
already
like I said,
established.
who
Yeah.
knows how long Batman's been Batman?
Yeah,
Like we don't
they
know
haven't
the
really touched
actor
on
yet. We don't know how
any.
old he's gonna be. I guess we do because we know that
Yeah.
Dick, Jason, and at least Damien
So he's gonna be in
are.
his 30s or late 30s, early 40s at the
Mhm.
youngest,
So that
probably.
at the very least means that he's been Batman like for years. Like it
Yeah.
would be weird that this version of Batman started being Batman at like mid 30.
Yeah, that would be weird. I've been
You know what I
Batman for
mean?
5 years and I'm 46.
Oh, dude. I know we need to cut it quick because we're going along, but I hope so much that this has like that same aura from the DC AMU, where like once they
Oh,
start working with Batman, even the heroes are like, dude, Batman's real. Hell
yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean?
That's
Like that even the
genius.
heroes are like, dude, like it's Batman. Like
Like
that's
everyone
awesome.
thought he was a myth.
Yeah, right.
Like
You know, like I
yeah.
if I want that aura. Oh,
Real
I'll
bad.
eat it up.
That's
Dude. Nom,
great.
nom, 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 nom,
Nom,
nom,
nom,
nom,
nom,
nom,
nom,
nom.
nom, nom. Yeah, to your point, we do have to get going here, but there is a few, like two more points I wanted to make. First off, that heat vision spin at the
Oh
end of that
yeah,
last
dude.
trailer. Oh, at first, my first thought was like, "Oh, that's badass." Then my second thought was like, "Hang on, what about the buildings and things around him?" But he's just chopping building. Like, who knows how far that goes? He just a ray of death in a circle, like at super speed. But more accurately, I wanted to get this off my chest about people and their damn complaining. We talk about it often. We talk
Specifically
about
in
it
this
here.
context of this Superman and like the new budgeting of James Gunn's world, people can't seem to not nitpick the lamest stuff, man.
Like people being upset about the knocking of the dude's teeth out. Like Superman wouldn't knock his teeth out. Do you really just have to find
Yeah,
something to
dude, I
complain
hate
about?
it.
You
I
have
just
to.
hate it.
You can't just
You can't just be like,
like
oh, that was kind of cool. His teeth like bounced off the lens. You know,
and like it seemed
like
like
that was
like
real creative.
after
You just
seeing it
have to hate it.
my first thought was like, oh, people might make fun of the CGI, but it wasn't bad enough for them to do that, so they made up something
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
Insanity. Just insanity.
yeah.
If you're one of those people, more power to you. Speak your voice. Your voices deserve to be heard. Everyone's voice deserves to be heard. But just
Disagree.
find something relevant.
Yeah,
That's all I'm asking.
I honestly,
Find
bro.
something relevant to
Yeah,
fucking complain
I'm at
about.
the point where like I agree, but I disagree, man. I like not all opinions need to be
Are
voiced.
created
Yeah,
equal.
not all opinions are created equal, bro. Like yes, like that, bruh. Like we need to get back to that point of not just comic fandom, but society, man. Like we need to stop validating
Even ours,
every.
especially ours sometimes, like everyone needs to evaluate
Amen,
their
bro.
own and everyone else's.
Amen, bro.
There's a great Tim Minchin quote where he goes, opinions are like assholes. And that everyone has one. But I argue that assholes vastly differ from opinions and that yours should be constantly and thoroughly examined. Her opinions differ vastly from assholes. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just when you have a complaint about something, take 2 seconds. Think about
Think
why
about it.
you have this complaint and think
Yep.
about what the ramifications of that complaint are. Is it valid? Does it matter? If
Are
not,
you
let
are
it
you
go.
pointing out why would Superman knock somebody's teeth out? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because his fists colliding with anyone's teeth would knock them out of their mouths if they're not some sort of super person or wearing a helmet, which that guy was, which Crypto pulls off of his head. So we don't even know if
Badass.
in the context of what happens, he doesn't immediately like punch him and go like, "Hey, crypto!" Like, no, like, don't do that when I'm like doing this. I could really hurt somebody. Like, we don't know that. So like,
No,
how
and
could
he
you
was
even
clearly
just
pulling.
complain before seeing it?
Well, like even if he knocks someone's teeth out and doesn't blast their chin off of their body, he's holding back to a
Like,
very precise degree.
like
If he can knock your teeth out and not blast your chin off of your face,
precision.
he's doing well. You know, like that's pretty damn good
I
in my
just
book.
hate that that's the line that gets drawn, bro. Like, draw it
It's
somewhere
because they can't
else.
find. It's because they can't find somewhere else.
100%.
If
A
you
hundred
guys, if you
percent.
guys can find a line, if you guys have complaints, let us know in the comments because we want to discuss those with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
We want the hype for this movie. We want the DCU to do well because if this
I don't
doesn't do
understand how,
well,
as comic
we
book
might
fans,
not
you
get
don't.
another. Yeah,
You know?
comic
Like, are you so enthralled with the Snyderverse? Because it's always some Snyderverse fans, man, that like you're unwilling to have something good going forward, like just at all. Like, come on.
like we can at least have hope, even if it's not good. We can at least have hope that it will be until we see it. You know, I'm gonna wait to pass judgment until I see
Exactly.
things.
Like
It's
that,
that
if he
simple and
punches
that
that dude in
easy.
the teeth and then goes, "Damn, hells yeah, I just punched that dude in his grill," like maybe I'll be like, "Whoa, that was very un-Superman like." You know, but like, let's
That was
wait and see.
off-putting. Yes. Oh my god. Well, we do appreciate you guys stopping by. We hope you're as excited for Superman as we are. We're going to do a ton of stuff about it. We'll be constantly talking about it because that's just kind of what we've been constantly talking about, waiting for it to come out next month.
I just have nothing, dude. Fantastic Four, who?
Yeah, that's the sad part
I
is that
and
like
I hate that I
we're
feel
gonna
that
see
way,
it.
but
We're
boy,
gonna we're gonna see it. We're gonna talk about it. But I am more excited for Superman by far.
by far.
I'm more excited for It's Always Sunny season 17 than I am for
Shouts out,
Fantastic
it's always
Four.
sunny.
Shout out to Sunny as always. Well, we love you guys. We appreciate you. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe at Hosts4Hire Podcast on all socials. We will catch you with the next episode. Thanks for stopping by.